Dubai, a city built on ambition, where opportunities turn into success stories. But what does it take to make the right investment? Today, we dive deep into the strategies, insights, and market trends shaping Dubai's real estate future. Let's explore how you can turn your vision into a profitable reality. Welcome to the webinar.
Hello, good evening, India. Good evening, Dubai. First of all, let me welcome you. My name is Sunil, and before we go into a lot of deep dive, I know in India it's a holy season. So, very happy Holi to every one of you. What I tell about myself is in a very simple word that here is a person in front of you who has a connect from India and sitting in Dubai, and I'm sure you all are also looking for some kind of a connect in similar manner, being outside of Dubai or even if inside Dubai, how you can be more integral part of Dubai. So that is where this connect we are here to present and explain and explore together with you. My name is Sunil, basically from India, Rajasthan. By qualification, I'm an engineer and started my corporate journey with Gujarat State with a small organization called Amul. So in 2003, we were still trying to transform, and now Amul is one of the largest FMCG player in India. So that's been a solid beginning and solid ground, and then was fortunate enough to work with Reliance Industries and Tata Chemicals in Gujarat and in Maharashtra, and then a very small stint with ArcelorMittal and HPCL Batinda refinery. So that's about little corporate connect, and then moved, like now some of you are also thinking to explore the transition. I moved along with family 14 years ago in Dubai. So out of those 14 years, the initial 12 years, like I had that corporate connect, still transitioned into the same journey and started my journey with a player called IFCO Group, IFFCO. They are also into FMCG here. Then I worked with Al Futtaim Group. They are known for a very big conglomerate here. And then last 6 years, before entering into real estate, worked with Etisalat. It's a telecom player. World's it's into the top 10 player in terms of the revenue and been with them for 6 years. So that's a very small connect about the face which is here for you and with you today. Yeah. So that's about Sunil. Let me take you to little next step, that why real estate and where we are right now. Yeah. So if you see about Dubai, and particularly in the last 4 to 5 years, yeah, Dubai has created a mark on the world map, and this mark has come for various reasons. For the tourist, from the oil and gas, from the taxation perspective, from the trading perspective, one of the important mark has been also about infrastructure and real estate. So was a transition, and for me it was a little more easier than when you try to think about from a corporate to the business journey. My wife Renu, who is a kind of a partner in crime, she started this journey 4 years ago, and then with her I also transitioned, and for last 2.5 years I'm also into real estate. So that's a little bit about the your non face. So in typically what I'm trying to tell you is I have the similar same connect like you. India and Dubai. India has been a matrabhumi and Dubai has been a kambhumi. And the way I define Dubai, the way I talk about Dubai is in a very simple line, that Dubai is a land of opportunity. And believe me, this line is not from me. This is a line which I keep listening from the people who have been in this part of the world for 30, 40 years. Businessmen, corporates, executive, or the people who have been here, and they say Dubai is a land of opportunity. And whoever, they also say the next line, that whoever has worked hard, Dubai has given them back in lot of magnitude. So that's a Dubai, and it can be for all of us. Yeah. From my own experience, so those experiences are for the people whom I interact and been here and they've seen Dubai taking the shape. Yeah. But what I have seen in last 14 years being here with kids and family, again in one line, that Dubai, here in this part of the world, you are alive. Life, you are alive. And in other parts of the world, it's not about demeaning or saying anything wrong about any particular place or country. Most of the places you are treated or considered as a count or head count, and here it's been a blessed life. Here you are treated as a life, and when somewhere if you are treated as a life, which means you are talking about the creating the entire ecosystem for that life to grow, for that life to evolve, for that life to flourish. And that is what Dubai. And I give a very simple example, that when I talk about Dubai and it's about life and ecosystem, very small example is here. Any of those emergencies, from police to medical to fire, the TAT, the turn around time, the commitment from government is 7 minutes. From 7 minutes, wherever or whichever part of the Dubai you are, or into some kind of emergency, in 7 minutes, that's a maximum time people will reach to you for the help. What best we can expect? Yeah. So this is all Dubai is all about in a very, very similar way. So land of opportunity and the place wherein you are treated as a life. You are considered, you are celebrated, not even treated, you are celebrated as a life. Yeah. So that's the place about Dubai. Yeah. So as we move forward, so now you think about Indian Connect of Sunil, Shore Real Estate and Dubai. So as we move next, let's move to next slide. Yes. So this is where we bridge you the gap, the Shore Real Estate. Yeah. And see, I'll tell you, when we were thinking about this name, yeah, we consulted with a lot of marketing agencies, that, and then we shared them about our ethos, that how we wanted to be different, how we can aid and create value in a very, very connected manner to the clients. Because in Dubai, as of now, if you see, there are 10,000 of real estate agencies, and it's a similar ecosystem like in India or any part of the world. You have a developers, like if I take an example of India, which means Godrej, Tatas, DFL, and so many other players. Then you have a client, and then you have a brokerage agencies. Yeah. So what those brokerage agencies does is, 90% of the time, when I have seen in our own experience in Dubai, agencies keep agency first. For them, the client interest may be little secondary. They would want to, and again, I'm not trying to demean. This is an experience what we have encountered, that for them the client may become secondary. But as I have worked for 18 years into the corporate, and fortunately with very, very good organizations like Reliance, Tata's, Alphatem, and Etisalat and Amul, what we learned is customer is God, customer is king, and whatever makes sense for the customer. Yeah, if we can add and create value for the customer today, that journey doesn't become a concluding journey. That buying or the sale doesn't become a stop or conclusion. It becomes the beginning of the journey, and that's what we are trying to build together with you. So that's how we define Sure. So S is about, like you are saying, service excellence. E is about, U is about understanding you. For us, like I said, you is the prime focus. And there has been various instances, and if you go on our social media, you will see those stories wherein people have said that they have came to us while listening about social media and a lot of the projects, about the projects, and we told them that no sir, we should not buy and invest into this product because this is not for you. Yeah, I keep telling to my team that for you, our first question to the clients or any customer should be that, sir, what is the purpose, why you want to buy this, what is the outcome, is the outcome is the end use, or the outcome is the investment. And if the purpose is end use or investment, there are two different tracks possible. Yeah. So that clarity, it should not happen that whatever I have in my stock or my connections, only I would try to push you or sell you. So that's where the understanding you comes into, and that's what a differentiating factor. And then next is about relationships. Like I said, for us, the journey or the closing of the deal is not a closing of the relationship, it's a beginning of the journey. And for us, we take a pride that currently or 80% of the clients or deals are repeat or referral ones, and that's a huge trust people have given to us. And for us it's an accountability, for us it's a responsibility to do justice to your own belief and trust in your own monetary aspects. And the last but not the least, in this industry itself, the exceptional integrity part is a huge connect. Yeah, we need to have that E, and that's why if you see our punchline is built on trust and perfected with excellence. Yeah. So that's a sure wherein we tell to client that with us rest assured, yeah, that we will take accountability, we will represent your interest in this part of the world. Yeah, so that's how the Dubai and Sure can be your representation and your partner to the world of Dubai and world of real estate. So as we move forward from Indian context perspective, what can be the next? Why people are talking about Dubai? And what I keep telling to people very openly, that in today's the leadership of UAE has already done our job very easy. They have created that name, they have created that mark on the global map. So we don't need to tell people about Dubai, though we will touch upon those aspects of Dubai. But that's how the Dubai is known and being, and directly indirectly now even from your end, wherever you are, directly or indirectly you have had some exposure to Dubai or your friends, and that's what is the power of Dubai. As we move on, for Indian context particularly, why maybe one of the very big pull factor is the taxation elements. Yeah. So see, in India, these are some of the figures our team have tried capturing from the social media and Google. But in case of UAE, if you see these factors, some of these figures, whatever you are seeing here, still maybe little bit here and there. But for UAE, it's very simple. So it's the sales tax which you see, even it's not a sales tax. The terminology here is a VAT. It's a value added tax. And interestingly, all the life related sectors, which is about housing, about insurance, and about education, these sectors are exempted. So even there is no VAT on those elements. Yeah. So you see only one tax, which is about corporate tax, and that's too on the businesses. And that too very simple guideline. If your net profit exceeds $100,000 in a year, then only you are liable to pay 9% on the net profit value. So for residents, for the investors, there is no taxation. See, so if you are seeing all the columns are 0 0 0 and only 1 9 and 5, so even for you as an investor, nothing, it's a zero. There is no capital gain tax, no other elements of taxation for your day-to-day transactions and day-to-day life. So this is one of the biggest pull factor, in addition to all. When you talk about every facets of life, and believe me, the experience which I had here, and we take a proud that 35% of the people are from India, and that's a number one community in UAE. Yeah, we talk about win-win. That is how we are exposed, we are groomed, and we are designed to thought that how we create a win-win. And you see the way the GDP and the population growth is being captured. And the vision of Dubai government is they want to double the population in next 7 to 8 years. So currently we are at some particular number, and from that doubling, which had reached to this level in last 35 to 40 years, if somebody is thinking to double that population in 7 to 8 years, you can imagine the opportunity, the massive connect which you can correlate, that why this place can be a magnet. Yeah. So the journey which has been arrived in 40 years, if we want to reduce that speed, or if you want to accelerate that speed by 5 times, which means you are trying to achieve in 8 years, you can assume that the quantum of opportunity this place represents and this place brings to you. Yeah. So as we move to next connect for you is very simple, that every part of the world, every country which is thinking about something more, they are talking about UAE, they are talking about Dubai. So these are the outflows and these are the inflows. So high network, wealthiest individuals. So the people, yeah, and UAE sees the number one place that UAE has attracted highest number of those millionaires and those HNIs claiming Dubai as a place for them. So we don't need any testimony. And I'm sure those people, when they decided and they shifted the base, they must have done their own due diligence at why Dubai can be number one place for them. Yeah. So whether you talk about all other elements, we will see in the subsequent slides. This is a testimony, and this is an example, and this is also in the line that Dubai government is progressing for that agenda to create a win-win and place for everyone. Yeah. As we move to next, see, these are the numbers. Yeah, but when you talk about those numbers, yeah, how these things are there. So one, you are talking about the capital part. One, you are talking about the rental yields part, the investor perks, the financing options, and market stability. So like I said, it's about an ecosystem. It's nothing in the sense of only one facet of the information or the quality is here, but rest. So Dubai government is putting efforts across, whether you talk about infrastructure, to the education, to the health, to every aspect of life. And that is what people say about Dubai is, this is a place wherein every age, either it's a child, yeah, to the teenage, to the adults, and to the retirement kind of an option, this is a place which has everything for everyone. Yeah, so this is the way we are talking about Dubai as a place. Yeah, so this is just to show you that how Dubai presents you those opportunities and how Dubai is putting those integrated efforts. Yeah, when Dubai is talking about doubling the population, how other fields will support this dream and this effort. So Dubai 2040, if you see the urban master plan outcomes, from the population to the infrastructure to the expenditures, yeah. And another very important concept you are seeing here is urban centers. So in case if you have visited Dubai, uh, till now you see only 3 4 areas about Dubai. So you will see either the old Dubai, which is Bar Dubai Dera, from your food and the stay and the little bit of India, little India connect. But from that geographical perspective, you will hear the name of downtown where you have Burj Khalifa, you will hear about Business Bay, you'll hear about Sheikh Zayed and some of the monuments. Yeah. But as Dubai is talking about the increase in population and creating that ecosystem, Dubai is evolving into the urban center, satellite. So these are small Dubai. So one Dubai is evolving towards Dera side. This is Dubai Island. One city is evolving towards downtown and Al Khail Road, which is the Medan district. One Dubai is evolving wherein you have a temple, which is the Jabal Ali. Another set of Dubai is evolving as a district is near the metro and the world's largest airport, which is in the Dubai South. And another district concept is coming up in the near Al Khail roadside, which is about the Dubai Land Residential Complex. So what I'm trying to pitch here is Dubai would evolve literally into 5 Dubais, wherein you have entire ecosystem. So right now, if you need to travel from office to business, you will travel from A to B. So what Dubai is trying to create, that everything is one place. Yeah. So you have a commercial, you have a residential, you have education, you have medical center, everything. So mini Dubai. So 5 Dubais are being evolved in and around Dubai. So it's not a different city per se, but just to just to support that growth, just to manage those expansions, and everything become at available at each of the connect. So that's the integrated plan we are talking about. Yeah. So now we talked about you, we talked about me, we talked about shore real estate and Dubai. But in the world of real estate, what are those picky things, which are those value drivers for you? So rental yields, and what I hear from people, though I'm not having more idea on the Indian rental context, but which I keep listening, is 2 3%. Here it goes to 6+% rental yields in residential. In commercial, here it is even 1% more. Tax free, we already discussed. Stable currency, very very important piece. Dubai government, see the vision, see the connect. Long ago they have pegged with US that there will be no currency fluctuation between the USD. So this is the reality, and that's what it's happening in Dubai. And very very fair pricing. If you see USB Global Real Estate Index, and what that report also shows that wherever instability happens in the world, any country, for geopolitical or religion or whatever financial crisis, Dubai gets benefited. And unfortunately or fortunately, this trend will continue. Yeah, you will see the government, you will see those bureaucracies coming in, and those will force people to reach and to think about Dubai is a place to be in. Yeah, and when you talk about, so like I said, on the monetary and the concept, but on the ecological or that sustainability part, you are talking about green initiatives, you are talking about smart city visions, you are talking about future growth. Yeah, which are Al Maktoum Airport, which you see the last word here, it's going to be the world's biggest airport by 2034. And see, this city already has one functional airport with three terminals. You have airport in Sharjah, you have airport in Ras Al Khaimah, you have airport in Abu Dhabi. Yeah, and we are talking about world's biggest airport. So see the potential and see the growth expectations. Yeah, and that's what I wanted to connect here, is that Dubai is not only about taxation. Dubai is not only about the financial part. It's also talking about whatever is happening in the world, same day they want to get it launched here. Dubai introduces flying taxis. Yes. Yeah. The connect. So metro here started already in 2009. So it's been 16 years. But then now, they are evolving with those five urban centers, five satellite district. So now they are talking about the connecting the entire, all those far-flung areas also through the metro and Etihad Rail. This is the first time when commercial things are being explored between those districts, between those emirates, and between those GCC countries like Oman to Kuwait to Qatar to Saudi Arabia. So see the potential of opportunities. As I talk about initially about the education part, here you have NCR to the London School of Business to Oxford is coming up here in another 2 years. So see the potential, see the world is talking and seeing about Dubai. And why I kept this picture, because it's an Indian school, it's a number one age per. So here we also have a governing body who rate the school on every year. Yeah, and there are obviously a lot of rating parameters, but this school is an excellent rated school. It's by Gems Group, Gems Modern Academy. And why I'm showing you the picture, because my kids goes to the school, and it is just as a very very real time example that the opportunity this place has from every angle for you. Yeah, another, these things don't need an introduction about Burj Khalifa to Burj Al Arab. Yeah, the man-made island. See, in 2010, Dubai has delivered first man-made island in the world. Delivered, which means they must have started thinking about for this thing from 2000 kind of a day. So 25 years ago, they thought about this. They delivered in 2010, and now they are talking about another man-made island, which is Palm Jebel Ali. This is got released by Nakhil. It got sold out, I think, 2 months ago, and we are proud enough to be part of this launch. In 2010, I was not here, but then now when this launch happened, we have sold the units here in Palm Jebel Ali for people. And see the punchline of this project, which is Palm Jebel Ali, is future of future. So see the vision. They are talking about everything, whatever feedback which they got from this current project. Like simple example is they had only one entry exit. In the new project they have three entry exits. Yeah. So there were a lot of those feedbacks. So when we talk about this particular product, we'll go into more detail, but see the thought process, future of future. So that's going to be the another miracle on the world. And this project is visible when you see from the so recently, Dubai has launched the satellite, and when they click the picture and sent it, this structure was visible from the from those planets. Yeah. As we move, let's talk about little more in detail on the numbers. Yeah. So it's a comparison of a year. What's happened, what's happening in the reality in Dubai is, so what we call primary market and secondary market. So the primary here is the new launches. We have a terminology, real estate factors here is called off plan, OFF plan. So that's a primary, which means you are selling it at the time of launch. So you see the year on year growth 49% by volume. 10,000 units got sold more by numbers. By value, 31 billion dirhams is high transaction than 1 year before, and price per square feet obviously. So this is a sign about being little more mature, so which is a good sign, so that for my investor makes more money. Secondary market is about the ready properties, yeah, or the project which got launched and bought, but in between if somebody wants to sell, that is still considered as a secondary market because it's under resale. Yeah. And then obviously secondary market is the 100% ready property. So that's a primary is purely the launches, the new launch which will take 2 3 4 years of time to develop and deliver. And secondary is interim, though it's an under construction, but interim resale, or when the property get ready, resale. So that's considered into secondary. So if you see, volume and value and per square feet price is increasing in all the three segments. So that's about the belief, that's about actual users who are moving in, who will buy the ready property, who is moving in Dubai, or who are transitioning from owning a rental property to buying their own property and on taking a mortgage. Yeah. So if, for me, if secondary market directions goes up, if it becomes more positive, which is a very very clear indication that people are shifting, people are calling Dubai as a new home for them. Yeah. So this is again another graph. My team do a lot of research. They keep providing me a lot of data. So again, it's the same volume and value connect. So you see 2025. Yeah, it's a comparison of the particular month only we are talking about. Yeah. So for February, the last month, and when you see the traction of last for 10 years, see for last 5 years, from 2021 onwards, it's been growing, which is the trust. Though I understand that share market is having a little bit of here and there, and that's what, for Dubai it's a positive thing. Whatever. Okay, so it's a very very simple thing, that which property type offers the best ROI. Because for an investor, I know for you the question will be that, Sunil, if you buy a from the developer, what may be the our percentage ROI? If you buy a ready property, what may. So this is a very simple comparison, that off plan, which means the primary, or which is directly from the launch time, the capital appreciation goes on an average 30%. Yeah. And then on the rental connect, it's raised to from 12.5 on the short term holiday concept, and 6 to 7%. For residential it's around 6%, for commercial it's around 7% for the long term annual lease. But on the off plan, let me spend one more minute here. See, I'll give you real time example, and we have those pictures. Uh, the place where we have our office, this place is called Ibn Battuta Gate Office. We also have Amazon, which is an e-commerce player. The three floors are taken by them in the same office. Uh, and this area is the Ibn Battuta is very famous shopping mall. It's just attached to that. And this area is called as Furjan and Discovery Garden, where we also have our temple. So there is a project by Nakhil, which is called Muruj Furjan. Yeah? And Muruj, in May 2021, it got launched at one particular price, and I'm giving you real time example. Yeah? And the payment plan was 40/60. So why these off plan properties give you the best returns? Yeah. So under construction project, like even in India, you buy it under payment plan. So suppose it's 100 dirham is the value, you are booking that product with the payment of 10%. So 10 dirham you paid during the course of time. What is the payment plan? So suppose for that Muruj, the project payment plan was 40/60. So in that 3 years, people paid only 40%, and on the handover you pay balance 60%. So they paid 40%, but the price became 250. So they bought at 100, the price became 250. So their returns, you think the delta they earned 150, because 100 they bought, it becomes 250. So 150 is the delta, but then how much they invested? Only 40. So they got 150 returns over an investment of 40, which became approximate 400% returns. And that is the reality. You can see in the Google, it's a Muruz Al Furjan by Nakhil. Nakhil is one of the top 5 players, and we work 70% with that developer, because we see it's a very very value creator, value provider for investor. And this is a real time example. So that's why. So when obviously all off plan will not give you those 300-400% returns. Yeah. But then on an average, If your purpose is pure investment, if it should look good on Excel sheet, then there is no better product than investing into under construction launch project. But the only catch here is the developer should be good, and even out of the developer, the project should be good. Because, and that's where now we are going to talk about the the kind of a connect it brings to you. Yeah, so as we are talking about the payment plan, I use the 40/60 as an kind of an example. So you may have a 50/50 payment plan, which means buyer pays 50% during construction, 50% on handover. If you have 80/20 payment plan, so during construction and then rest on, and then some of the developers also have 1% monthly payment plan. I'm sure you must have heard a lot in India about Danube and Damac and all. And then you have post handover payment plan. So property got handed over, then it also continues for around 1 to 3 years depending on the payment plan. But right now, uh, these two cross junctions, post handover payment plan and 1% monthly plan, is very very low in terms of availability. Mostly it varies between 50 to 80/20 kind of a payment plan. Yeah. And like I said, this is again another example that these are the developers. And if you have a, so booking is typically between 10 to 20%. Now we are talking about the under construction of plan, little more detail about those opportunities. So beginning down payment mean is the booking amount. You pay 10 to 20% depending on the developer's requirement. Then you pay during construction, and then upon handover. Now the good thing about upon handover is that's a mortgageable. You can take a bank loan. So here in Dubai, unlike in India, you also get a loan on under construction project. But here in Dubai, and because they wanted to not to make it as a bubble that everybody take the loan and buy, and then property prices go on the rocket mode, they said on the under construction property there will be no mortgage. To contain that bubble, to contain that super price appreciation which is possible. So upon handover, if you see those 20 to 40, 50% payment which is remaining on the ready property, the mortgage is possible. So you don't need to worry. You just about pay the booking payment. You pay balance during construction, and what is the remaining amount that can be mortgage. And for residents, it's up to the limit of 80%. We can. So now I am a resident. We can avail 80% of the property value. But as a non-resident, it goes only up to 50 to 60%. And in the last column, they have mentioned the typical development cycle time. It takes 2 to 5 years. Yeah, so that's a very very typical thing. Though for Nakhil they have written 1 to 2 years, but still it takes some time longer. But then typical project cycle time is between 2 to 4 years. So that's a typical construction time. Yeah. Now, how? So here we talked about the data on the returns, the types of the investment, but how it can be. So I keep giving very very small example to people is that suppose in India, if you go to Godrej or Tata's or DLF or anybody else, they will tell you only about their own project. It's very very natural. Yeah, even if we are into business, if somebody comes to us, and if I am a developer, I'll talk only about my projects. But what is the beauty here with agencies like us is we work with all. For us, not the developer, but you and your purpose and your priorities are more important. And that's where we say that, okay, if your purpose is end use, then so these are 3 4 options, 3 4 different communities, type, variety, budget, and etc aspect. And if you are saying that, Sunil, my purpose is investment and get me some product which can give me returns over a period of 1.5 year or over a period of 2.5 to 3 years or something. So we see that because we work with all. Yeah. For us, your purpose would always be priority. So we will see that out of those 20 available, which are those top 2 or 3 will make sense to your purpose. And that's where. And then the good thing is, when you buy an under construction project, we do not charge you any fees. What is the fees for us from you is only a cup of tea or coffee whenever you are in Dubai. We would like to have this opportunity. For under construction, we are taken care from the developer. For the new launches, we don't charge you any fees, but we will still represent your interest, that wherein your purpose is better suited. In case of ready property, yeah, which is either you are buying the under construction but resale, or the ready property when you are buying, which we call secondary property, then here the buyer pays 2% of the fees of, so that's our agency fees we charge you, and still we work in your interest. Though we may have that property, we may not have that property, but when we understand your need, we will source that property for you, and that's the efforts, and that's where we charge you. So so choosing the right property is very very important, and that's where the sure, like given you an initial example that in Dubai there are 10,000 real estate agencies are there, and how to choose a right real estate agency which keeps you in focus. It should not happen that if you come from, for example, uh, interestingly, 2 days ago our India team, when they were reaching out to uh, people who wanted to attend this webinar, and they given me connect of Mr. Shiv Kumar. So with Mr. Shiv, he's from Bangalore, and we connected, and the connection went very very remote. And Mr. Shiv also is a dairy technologist. So like I'm a dairy engineer, he is also a dairy technologist. He passed out from NDRI Karnal, and then we talked about a lot of journey. But see the kind of an opportunity in connect and the trust. So like for us, you are not a client, you are somebody who is entrusting us for your priorities, for your investment, and that's how we see that. Yeah, so we literally go beyond. Yeah, so the having the right agency and the right properties, for that you reach out in that same and achieve your purpose. Secure financing is very very easy. Like I said, for ready property, if you go in that last one slide back, the securing finance is very very easy. Like we said, the 80% for residents and 20% for the investors or for the non-residents you can get, but only when the property is ready. So if you want to buy the property which is under construction but in between, you will not be able to get mortgage. Yeah? So that is how the connect and things are here. And this is what we talked about, the off plan and ready properties. But see, sometime we here in this session will have a very very good time for question and answer. But a lot of time people answer this question and they ask you a lot of time is, Sunil, what about the security of the money? What is that governance which protects us as a buyer? So in India also we hear about RERA, but here the RERA is actually in your favor. It actually represents you, and here you have cycle time. So here, suppose if buyer or seller anybody file a dispute, you get a message from RERA that in 24 hours you need to manage this. In 48 hours you need to support this. In case of another connect, which is the DLD, DLD is Dubai Land Department. Yeah, it is about the property transactions and ownership. Sometime I hear a case in other parts of the world that for that land, one piece of land got sold to 3 or 4 or 5 different people. Here, it's not possible. Everything is integrated, everything is interconnected, everything is systemic and coded through the barcoding. Yeah. So that's a level of trust, that's a level of real time transactions it's available for you to see. And when you put a particular property code, so there is a government website called DXB Interact. Yeah. And they also have a Dubai REST application, DUBAI and REST, real estate. You can put a particular property code, you can see that who has been sold in past, what is the property price it has been sold, what is the date it's been sold. So that's a, each property has a particular property code, and you can, so this is the level of information is available online on your fingertips. And you have a consumer protection laws. Another thing which now this 20% government is also in discussion to increase to 30%. So what happens is, sometimes people reach out and say that, Sunil, what if we invest into under construction property and sometime in India this project doesn't even kick off? So here it's very very simple. The first 30% of the payment which you will make as an investor, so suppose you started in the under construction, 10% you paid, after 3 months again 10% you paid. So the first 30%, it doesn't go to the developer. The first 30% goes into the escrow account for a government. And I'm sure in India also we have the similar ecosystem. So when you pay 40%, the fourth installment of 10%, then the 10% only gets released to the developer. So in case if the project is not kicking off, which is not possible here because every 3 months RERA visits the site, the developer is obligated to publish the status on the government portals, which you can see by sitting in any part of the world. So your money is first 30% not going to developer, it's with the government. If you claim and if there is no progress as per the payment plan, construction progress, this money comes back to you. Obviously, there is a process. You have a DLP, defect liability period, and then you have RERA penalties for non-complying whatever the commitment. Even the developer is obligated to submit the sample of the tiles, the fittings, everything at the time of project approval phase itself. And at the end of the project, RERA authorities comes, though they visit on quarterly basis. At the end of the time when developer says the project is ready, RERA will come to inspect what is the original designs and material submitted. If the qualities and specifications are not of that level, the project will not get approval for handing over. And until the handover happens, the developer can't claim the balance payment. So a lot of those interconnected facilities are there to create a trust factor for everyone. Here you have a 4% registration charges. Like in India, sometimes we have for male 8-9%, for female it's 6-7%. So here it's a 4% flat for every buying transaction, and here buyer pays those things. Yeah. So to summarize, for off plan and under construction launch projects, there is no agency fees, but you still have the registration charges for 4%. When you buy under construction resale or 100% ready resale, you will have two types of charges in addition to the sale price, which is 4% of your registration charges and 2% of agency fees. So that's on the connect for off plan and ready, and then ecosystem which is available for you all. Yeah. I keep getting a lot of questions, so I thought let's give them real time example. So this is the golden visa. We and our family got it here, and if you can see the date, January 23. So it's been now 2 years. We got a 10 years visa. It's a, and if you see the category, sponsor of investor, entrepreneurs, and specialized. Yeah. So you have a different category of investors, talent, and like Dubai is very proactive. They are trying to capture the cream of every part of the world. So what you get now, the question I'm sure that Sunil, how we can get it? Very simple. The investment cap here is 2 million dirhams. That you need to buy the property of 2 million, which is approximate 5 cr, 4.5 to 5 cr. The property price to be 2 million dirham, but the good thing is you don't need to pay 2 million dirham on one go, because it's under construction. In case you go for under construction, you pay suppose 10%, and if the 10% you paid, then you paid 4% registration charges. It takes around 4 weeks of time to come or receive pre-title deed in your email. Once you get pre-title deed, so you did booking, you paid booking and DLD, then it takes 4 weeks to have your pre-title deed. Once you get pre-title deed, next day you can apply for golden visa. We have recently applying for a golden visa for our customer from Hong Kong, Indian origin, staying in Hong Kong, and right now he's in India only for a wedding purpose. So we are applying a golden visa for him. So booking, waiting for 4 weeks for pre-title deed to come. Next day, you can apply for a golden visa for you and your family members. It takes around 5 to 6 working days, because it will involve the medical and the Emirates ID and fingerprintings and so on and so forth. And whoever want to be in this part of the world, whoever want to get this golden visa, they will need to come in here at the time when you want to apply. So for buying the property, you don't need to be in Dubai. Everything is so integrated, so digitally clear, so that can be very well managed. But when you want to apply for your golden visa, you will need to be in the country for 5 to 6 working days. Yeah. And we manage everything for you end to end. From monetary part, there are a lot of questions comes on the monetary element, that how the Sunil money flow will happen from one country to another, to the exploring the property for you which suits you, then managing your logistic in terms of the documentation part, and getting you the pre-title deed and the visa and the mortgage. And some of the clients also talk about the vastu, so we have even that in-house experts. So rest assured, you are covered, taken care, and considered sure as your representation, your ambassador, while exploring real estate need in Dubai. Yeah. So I'll cover very, very quickly. I already touched upon them in past about the five exploring areas. So these are the six potential communities. Yeah, because what I tell to people that, guys, there can be two tracks for investing. Either you invest with the top five developers, which are known: Nakhil, Imar, Dubai Properties, Miras, Vasal, Shobha, and so on and so forth. Or you track Kiki, or you buy in another track, which is you buy in the top performing or potential communities. Yeah. And then in that area, you can focus on the top three developer of that area. Yeah. So like I keep saying, in Indian context, every city can't be the metro cities, right? Dubai, sorry, Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, and Bangalore. But you still have other areas which has a potential, like Jaipur, to have a lot of the. I remember Jaipur very oftenly because we go there 2 3 times a year. So you have a B class cities, you have a C class cities, but top performing communities will still give you good returns. So the tracks can be either you go with top five developers, or you go with top performing communities, but choosing top three developers in that. So I know it's little confusion while sitting in out of Dubai, and that's where the shore bridge you that connect and that gap. Yeah. So now we'll talk very, very fast on the premium villa community, townhouses communities which are coming in Dubai. And in case you want to own a piece of the land and build a villa, or if you want developer to build a villa, these are some of the options for you. So the Acres, it's one of my favorite project. It's a community which will have a freshwater lagoon. It's by a top five developer, which is called Miras, and it's an exclusive villa product. There are no townhouses, there are no apartments, there are no commercials. And this is the beauty of Dubai. When you talk about residential, which means it's only residential, there will be small community center which will have your basic amenities, medical center to nursery to saloon and so on, and retail supermarket and all. But the 99% is dedicated in that communities for residentials. Here, the beauty is the 52% is the green space, 48% is the construction, including those other schools and communities. It also has a school. Yeah. 65-35 is the payment plan. The handover is between Q3 27 to Q1 28, because there are 2 3 phases. But very, very good product. So good developer, good product, good pricing, and under payment plan. So another upcoming one is Demar. It's again a top tier developer. They are bringing a water based community called the Oasis. Yeah. Here the pricing is quite high because the plot is 11 9 10 11,000 square feet. The built up is around 7 8,000 square feet. The Here it's a 9 kilometer long community. It's a gated product, but out of 9 kilometers there are only 3,100 villas, and only 40% is getting constructed, 60% is open, 30% is green, 30% is water. So that's an man-made water oasis coming up by Imar. The next one is the Wilds. Again, it's a top tier developer. The As the name indicates, the Wilds. Yeah, so it's all about jungle theme. It's near to the famous touristic attraction called Global Village. Just opposite of Global Village, they are coming up. Very good product. Just got launched. We wanted to buy 7 8 units. We got only 2 units. This is the project. This is the pull factor. Yeah. Another opportunity is by Shoba, which is Shoba Elwood. This is also almost sold out. See, this is the beauty when you talk about top developers. They don't need to sell the products. Yeah, you may not have heard or seen the marketing by these develop marketing by Nakhil, marketing by Immar. You may not have seen in India. Who will typically do the marketing? Wherein they need to do the marketing, wherein they need to sell you, right? So we work a lot, 70 80% of the time with only top five developers, because we have the comfort, connect, security, quality issues, and appreciation issues. So these developer takes care of those elements. Yeah. Now, in case your category and you want to just test the water, that let me begin small, how the returns and how my comfort on logistics are managed, we can still talk about the smaller investment in form of apartment launches. Again, like I said, Nakhil, they have a lot of options. Recently, now today only they announced new project is coming up on island, which is Dubai Island. The name is Bay Grove. It is their third phase. Every time they bring 3 4 towers, it got sold out on the same day. It's a, guys, million dirhams properties getting sold out in hours, not even in days. So this is the beauty of top developer. This is the beauty of the value proposition they bring. And this is the project which they are bringing. The Naya is on District 1 again on the lagoon. Today they are launching another one which is Begru. It's on the sea. So it's a seafront facing, waterfront facing apartment, starting one bedroom starting from 2 million dirhams. Obviously the sea and then the Nakhil, and the sizes are around 900 1000 square feet. And here you do not have super built up in those kind of areas. Here it's whatever is the actual net carpet area you talk about. So in Dubai you have only 1 square feet, which is the net carpet area. Another opportunity is in the Dubai Hill State by Imar. Dubai Hill State, I'm sure you are aware, it's a very, very integrated complex by Imar. You have schools to shopping mall to villas to everything in house, including apartments. So this is an apartment opportunity. Again, the prices starting from 1.75 million. You have 1 2 3 bedroom apartment. These all are under construction, new launches we are talking about. So wherein you, though the payment plan indicates 80/20, but you don't pay 80% on day one. You pay 80% in 4 years because the handover is in 4 years of time. And this is the beauty. When you talk about the off plan and resale, the beauty is in off plan you pay small, your risk is less. Yeah. And in you, if you sell in around 2 2.5 to 3 years, so if you bought a property of 100, if you sell it 150 in 2 years, the handover may be in 4 years. So your return is 50 because the price is 150, but you may have invested only 30% as per the payment plan. So you get 50 over 30% investment. So that's a delta is possible when we talk about off plan. This is from Shoba Realty. It's in Medan, another good option. Handing over in around 2.5 to 3 years, 60/40 payment plan starting from 1 million kind of a price. This is into the Motor City. Then another development is Ellington Properties. Again, the like I said, currently Dubai has a coastal. The waterfront living is 41 kilometers, and in 8 years, when Dubai is planning to double the population, they are increasing. They want to triple the waterfront living by 124 kilometers, which mean obviously you can't expand the sea, right? So you have the sea and you already have the livings. The demographic projects are already launched and under construction. But what typically Dubai is planning through these lagoon options is they're bringing the water inside and all the fresh water. So if you see and search on Google the concept called crystal lagoon, and that is where all those lagoon and water features are getting inbuilt, and that's where Dubai will triple the waterfront living in the city in next 8 years. Yeah, this is on my second track. So wherein I say you choose a, if you are not able to choose the reputed developer for the price or the handover, if you feel that Sunil, it's 3 4 years is long, then the second track is the choose a performing community, which is and this is a real time example. This project is getting launched on Monday. So today it's a Saturday, so in 2 days. And the beauty of this project is it's on the metro. It's in the area wherein I am sitting in my office, 1 kilometer away. So on the metro, which means 20 meters, not even 300 or 200 meters, 20 meters from the metro. The developer is number one developer. Furjan is a very potential community. It was part of our 6 potential areas in Dubai. So top performing communities, top developer is he's the number one developer, the top location on the metro, and the payment plan is 40/60. So in the 2 years, because the handover is quite good, 2 years you are paying only 40%. So all these are good news about this developer. The not so good news about this developer is that this project, though it's getting launched on Monday, it's already sold out by 85%. So we have, I think, around 10, 12. If you go back to the previous slide of that Nabni, you have, so this product has only 8 to 10 units available in, I think, 3 4 units in 1 bedroom, 4 5 units in 2 bedroom, and 2 units in 3 bedroom apartment. So like Q4 26, it's 2 years, 40/60 payment plan. The 1 bedroom price is around 1.3 million dirhams. Yeah. And the good thing is you pay only 40% of 1.3. which means 520,000 dirhams you pay in 2 years. So and this product has a potential to give you 20% or minimum 20% ROI on year. So that's the beauty about this product. Yeah. As we move, and we had, so these are the top developers we work. uh, 70 to 80% of the work we do with top five developers. So even out of these names which you are seeing, I will repeat the name: Imar, Nakhil, Miras, Majid Al Futaim, Dubai Properties, Vasal, and Aldar. These are our top 5 7 developers. We work 70 80% of the time. 20 30% we also work with players who are number one in that particular top performing communities. So why we are trying and why we want to work only with top developer? Because for us, you are more important. And that is where, otherwise in Dubai, if you see, uh, 15 years ago you had only 15 18 developers. Today you have 150 developers in Dubai. Yeah, from 15, 10 times in 10 years. Obviously it says a lot about Dubai that all the developers and the financial institutions are believing in Dubai and the in potential. But out of them, out of 150, if we decided to work only with top 10 developers, it's not because of us. Though working with 150 gives us more canvas to play and more canvas to attract, but then why top 10? Because for us you are more important, and your safety and your returns. And that's where, why chooses, we talked a lot, but then this is integral and integrated aspect. So you are looking for mortgage or vastu or monetary aspects or legal support on the power of attorney, lot of those things. So that's where, sure, comes your one stop solution partner when you talk about Dubai and real estate. Yeah. So this is some of the sold out areas which we have worked and we have sold out for our clients. So from Muruz is by Nakhil, Jabal Ali Village by Nakhil. Jabal Ali Village is one of the community wherein I have bought for myself as well, and very very promising community. It's 2 minutes away from our office, and 5 minutes away from the temple. So and IKEA. So you got IKEA, you got Sheikh Zayed Road. So when we talk about separately on this product, we'll talk a lot. Opal Garden is by Nakhil. It's a Crystal Lagoon community. Parkview Residences are by Vasal. On Jabil Park and near to World Trade Center, you have the Valley by Imar, Verdes by Heaven, which is by Aldar. Wow City Walk is by Miras. It's in the City Walk, which you have a near Coca-Cola Arena. So a lot of those opera shows and all the musical performance happens in the Coca-Cola Arena. So that's in the heart of the city. And South Gardens by Vasal, which is again near to the temple and in Jabal Ali district. This is, like I said, these are not maybe the top five developers on some of the names, but they are into the top performing community in top 1 2 3 developers. So Primero Residences, Havelock Residences, again these are in Furjan and Discovery Garden. Bay Grove, this is the third phase, is getting launched on Monday by Nakhil. On the, so you are seeing this water body, this is the beach. So it's a waterfront community is coming in. Nadine Residences again in the Furjan. Then you got Bay Village, the Acres we talked. So these are all the places wherein we have sold. Some of the glimpse of our happy clients who have not only bought from us but trusted us. That's what how I will pitch in. Yeah, these are some of the famous media industry, to the banker, to business houses. People are working from Google to Cisco to different nationalities, even from media houses and so on and so forth. Yeah. Uh, for our next upcoming webinar, like this is the only way wherein we are connected with you, and directly or indirectly, if you also want to reach out, we have our contact details. And but before that, we have a very interesting part of the session, which is our Q&A. But in case of any reach out you want to have for us, as we move to next level of our Q&A, for any connect, for your queries, and that's what I tell to our clients, that guys, irrespective of real estate, even if you want to come and ask Sunil that we or my friends are visiting, can you guide us on some restaurant, can you tell us about which places to visit, can you see our itinerary, is it okay or not? Yeah, please feel free. We are like your brand ambassador, we are like your representative. Yeah, so feel free in that kind of a connect, not only for professional and real estate connect. For us, we would be happy to be part of your journey directly or indirectly in any way. So that's where my team is available with you whenever you are available. Yeah. Now, this is our most interesting part of the session, which is question and answer. So, though I tried covering little bit connect, but I know a lot of confusion, clarifications in the world of real estate and Dubai. So, feel free, keep typing your question and answer, and we'll take up one by one comfortably here. Ahuja sir. Okay. Ahuja sir, I see your question. Hope you will talk about relative strength of three, four locations you talked of. Sir, very, very true. So when we talked about the top six potential areas, why we mentioned top and what is the meaning of top is opportunity of potential increase in your returns. These are the areas which are growing up in last 3 4 5 years. These are the areas wherein the infrastructure is evolving in terms of the ecosystem. So you are talking about the roads, metro, though it comes, this is the beauty of Dubai, that the area comes later but then infrastructure comes first. Yeah. So when we talk about the why they are top, they have some kind of an connect that this area has grown up more in last 18 20 months, or this area has announced some kind of a government plans of some new projects on some shopping malls or some schools or some commercial complexes. So when we zero down on those various factors and past history of those particular areas, then we have zero down that okay, when you connect those 3 4 5 6 factors, then these are top six performing areas and potential areas for our clients. Yeah. We have a question from Ravish sir. What's the average rate of property appreciation last 2 years? Sir, on the appreciation part, I would say year on year it has given on new launches. I would say around 25 to even 50% uh, in new launches. In the ready properties, the appreciation could have been from 10 to 20%. Yeah, and that is why from the my currently 70% of my investors, they take a track of under construction off plan investment, because the investment is less, the returns are more, the risk is very very less. Yeah, and still you get a golden visa if you buy a property of 2 million tag but you want to invest low. So to summarize, 30 to 50%. But the project which I talked about, Muruj Al Furjan, it has given 300 plus returns in 3.5 years. Muruj Al Furjan by Nakhil. You can see it on Google, and we bought for our clients. We have started selling, and we are still selling Muruj Al Furjan. Today, before entering into this webinar, I was at Muruj Al Furjan site and have met three different clients. So this is the pull of this area wherein I am sitting now. This is one of that highest potential performing areas. This has everything. This is a DPS, Delhi Public School of India. It has a temple. It has a metro. It has a Sheikh Zayed Road, 400 meters, which is one of the best performing location in entire Dubai. So it has those kind of a connect and ingredients. Yeah. Preeti ma'am, what about the 1% payment plan? Uh, Preeti ma'am, see, I have a little discomfort with this kind of a payment scheme. Little discomfort. The reason is, see, as a developer, why I would bring 1% payment plan, that too when Dubai is growing that fast, when the property prices are very very matured enough. If somebody is bringing 1% payment plan, which means there is some disconnect. Yeah. So for me, I have a little disconnect on that element. But still, and what typically happens, ma'am, in any business, nobody would give you things for free. If somebody is giving you 1%, and then something as a financing cost is already inbuilt in your product. So in a way, customer is paying for the interest or the financing cost for that. Yeah. And if you see that developer who has a 1% payment plan, their product price is already high. So if you are going into that connect of 1% more, typically I would advise or I would suggest you that there are better options. And you can see in reality as well that price of that property would be high. So in a way, who is paying for that? It's Priti ma'am who is going to pay for that. Yeah, so that's a connect, but still we can discuss in little more detail. If you have some particular product, if you heard about them on social media, I would share my honest opinion. We will give you three, four, five different options, because that's a beauty. Yeah. When you go to a particular brand, like I said, an example of, for example, Godrej will only talk about Godrej products. But when you come to an agency like us, we will understand what Preeti ma'am need, what is the purpose of buying, when you would want to resell or you would want to take handover and put it on rent. Yeah? And accordingly, we will think that what is the budget, and then we will say them, okay, for this thing, this is the equation. These are three, four, five different products can suit your requirement. So I think according to me, and in those four, five options, maybe 1% payment plan may fit in, but I would have four other options which may be better than that options. Yeah. Ritika ma'am, question is, can you please suggest for investment property under affordable price? Ma'am, affordable price, yes, there are options. Dubai, that's a beauty about Dubai, right? So Dubai has a property option from studio, which is around 600, 700,000, to the mansions which is being sold here at 600 millions. Yeah, so that's the beauty of Dubai. So for sure, we can explore. The minimum investment category here is in studio apartment, which is typically around 400 square feet of size, 400 to 450, and the price is around 550, 600,000. So the beauty again is under construction plan, you don't pay 600,000 on day one. 600,000 would still have a payment plan which is maybe 50-50, so you will pay only 300. That too, you will pay in 2.5 years of time. Yeah. So for sure, we can reach out to you separately to understand your budget. If you have some preferences, we can deep dive and explore custom made options for you, ma'am. Mr. Mehta, after 30% payment, which goes to escrow, what's the system for balance 30-70%? Right. Very good question, sir. Sir, so like what happens is, suppose you are buying an under construction property and then payment plan is 60-40. So 60 needs to undergo, you paid during the construction. Suppose the construction year is 2 years. So you begin at 10%, you paid 30%. So until that, money did not go to developer. It's into government bank account, which is called escrow account for that project. Once you pay 40%, the 10% comes to the developer. Then you pay 50%, then 20% goes to the developer. So that's how it is. So uh, suppose 60-40, so 30 gone into escrow account, 30 goes to the developer. Then at handover time, you pay 40%, right? So at handover, when government and RERA gives you BCC, building completion certificate, then only customer takes that handover, and then only that 30% gets released to the developer by government. You would still pay 30% during construction, 40% on handover, and that 40% can be mortgageable as well, because as a non-resident your limit is 50 to 60%. Yeah. Sahil, my friend, tell me to invest in Furjan due to high capital and good. Absolutely, Sahil, and that's what I given in example of the two real-time projects which has given people superb results. About one is Muruz, which has given 300+% returns, and then the under construction apartment project. But the beauty is, and the smartness is choosing the right developer. So in Furjan, it's a good example you brought it in Furjan. In Furjan, there are 15 developers as of now. Yeah, but only top three developers wherein I as an agency have a comfort to put my investors' money. And these are three. And the picture which I've shown, Nabni is a developer which has built world's largest Lamborghini showroom. So I can't give any better example about the brand recognition of the Nabni as a potential. So yes, Furjan from townhouse and villa community, from apartment segment, only secret is choose right developer. Yeah. Please suggest me good project in Furjan for investment. Sahil, I would suggest you for apartment category, maybe Avenue Residences, which is by Nabni. There may be another. Uh, from investment perspective, again, the Havelock Residences is another good one, and then maybe from townhouse perspective, there can be Jabal Ali Village as well. Yeah, so there are, depending on your budget need, the time horizon you want to consider, we can think about we can go into more detail. Mr. Mahavir, what's the module when a builder fails to honor the commitment? Sir, very good questions. Like I said, the DLD and RERA is a governance factor. They are taking care of that element. So the first 30% hasn't gone to the developer. So, and here you have quarterly, uh, the project progress reports comes and uploaded on the websites of the developer as well as on the government website. So if the RERA, when they visit and if they don't see the progress, which mean they will start putting the penalty, they'll start questioning the developer that what's happening, why you are not, and they'll be very very proactive, because here the good thing is it is not the developer name. Dubai government also connects it. The Dubai government name is getting connected to that delay or to the fraud or whatever may happen. Yeah, so RERA and DLD gets very very active. There are clauses of penalties, there are clauses of interest needs to be given by the developer, and so on and so forth. And like I said, an example, 24 and 48 hours, those kind of timelines are set by the government. Ahuja sir, yes, golden visa starts from 2 million dirham of an investment in terms of the price of the product. Not 2 million needs to go in one go. So that's a beauty. So for that, whatever property you buy, it should have minimum price of 2 million dirhams. And then even if you take this under construction, so you are only paying 10%. So you are only by 200,000, 200,000, 200,000, whatever is per payment plan. But you become eligible. Yeah, so that's a beauty. Price should be 2 million, but it need not to be that 2 million needs to go on day one. If it has a payment plan of 60/40, which means only 60% will go in 3 years and 40% on handover. But because the property price is 2 million, you still become eligible for golden visa application. It takes around 4 weeks of time to get your pre-title deed, and after 1 month you need to be in the country for whomsoever you want to apply, and this gives you flexibility for applying for your parents, for your kids and families. So that's a kind of a tree it follows. Yeah, so suppose if we take it for kids name, then only you as a parent can get it. But if you take it on your name, so your parents and your wife and kids also can get it. So that's a tree system is considered connected for golden visa. Yeah. Amit sir, how safe is my investment in Dubai real estate? Sir, it's been 14 years for me. I have bought property, not being into real estate, but believing about Dubai past, Dubai's today, and Dubai's potential. Yeah, and you have seen yourself in the list that UAE has surpassed even USA in terms of attracting HNIs in last year. And like I said, in lot of countries wherein only the developer gets affected, here Dubai government feels that it's their name which getting affected if there are some fraud or some delays happen. So Dubai government gets involved into that level, and that's why those quarterly reviews of the projects and penalties are in place. So I would say it's safe, sir. We should only talk. So safe is a very very base. We should talk about how much returns it can bring into you. Yeah. Has any developer ever defaulted? Yes, sir. There are developers who have defaulted, not in last 7 8 years, in the time of 2008 9, wherein the global recession happened and Lehman Brothers and those things were there. At that time, developers have defaulted, and that's where Dubai government has brought RERA. They had a off-plan financing option at that time, and which created a bubble, and then market crashed suddenly globally. So they have removed that connect. So that's a beauty about Dubai, and that's what I tell to people, that Dubai is a place wherein the government and city itself learn and evolve with the time and past mistakes. So yes, and those learnings have been integrated and inbuilt in current system to minimize those delays and defaults. Yeah. Mr. Mahendra is a question. Do you offer service for end? Yes, sir. So we do, sir, end to end. For us, Mr. Sharma and Mr. Mahendra is more important, and we will. So, like for my, out of my, I have around 30 plus SMEs, business houses as a client, and a lot of retail individual clients in India. For 70% people are currently investing in under construction because of the low investment and better yields. But out of those 100%, if I give as a ratio, for 30% or 40% of the people, they go into the complete handover cycle, and for at that time we manage their leasing and those elements. So it's end to end. Rest assured. Yeah. Mr. Bharat, which investment is good Gold or okay. If I understand your question, Bharat sir, that which is a very very good investment in gold, I would say, sir, there are various options depending on the budget, but like the project which I talked about, so very minimal investment. One bedroom is at 1.2 million. You pay only 40% 2 years on the metro. Superb. It's a gold investment category for now for low ticket item. All there are good things, only not so good thing. Even if you can go on their website of the Nabni, you will see the launch is on happening on Monday. So we are little against the rest of the time, but yeah, very very good investment in a low ticket category for now. Mohammed sir, for off-plan properties, when is the best time to flip the property, and what do you think is the appreciation? Mohammed sir, it's a very interesting question. Best time to flip the property, sir, is in the last 1 year. So suppose you have bought a property which is 3 year of construction time. So the first 2 years is enriching, and you are like you are just giving the water and sunlight and those nourishment to the plant. When is the time to reap the reward is in the last 12 months of the handover, and the biggest rewards come on the handover. Yeah, but if you see that, Sunil, like we have paid 30%, let's flip it, because let's not increase the principal, whatever the money comes. So I have a lot of that set of customer who has given me mandate that, Sunil, whenever we reach that 1.5 2 years, because that time construction start being very very visible, people start connecting to that project, that I will move into this project, that is the time you have segment growing up. So that's so typical 12 months. The best returns comes on the handover because product become mortgageable. Yeah. So then people see, okay, if there is a high price I need to pay, I'll still get a loan from bank. But the last 12 months is better in terms of the flipping. Yeah. Krishna sir, at Furjan apartment category, which you mentioned, how much? Okay. Uh, because we also have a Krishna sir as a client, so I thought, and he stays in Furjan. Yeah. He is not investing in this product. He has invested in the same developer previous project, Avenue Residences 6. So I thought you are the same Krishna sir. Sir, one bedroom, like I said, it's at around 1.3 million. The booking amount is 15%. The DLD, which is registration charges, are 4%, so around 19, which means approximately 20% of 1.3, which means 260,000, which means approximate 70 lakhs INR will need to go in one go. Obviously, developer gives you a time frame of around 1 to 4 weeks of time to arrange the money. They know that investors are outside, the money will need to come in through various options and channels. So we can get that 3 to 4 weeks of time, but approximate 65 to 70 lakhs will be needed at the time of booking. We can get those 4 weeks for you, and then you pay every 3 or 4 months. You pay 3%. So in a way, it becomes 1% every month, but you pay it on quarterly basis. In 2 years of time, you pay 40%, and then we would resell it for you. So low investment, better returns, ROI is higher for you. Yeah. Mahavir sir, what are the options in commercial property? Sir, commercial property, what typically happened is, in case you are talking about flipping, then residential sector has given you more returns. But if you are considering that buy and then put it on rent after the handover, then commercial properties gives you 1% more return. So if residential is giving you 6.5, commercial will give you around 7.5%. Across commercial properties are a little less in Dubai, and across it's giving you that percent. On if you want to flip it, sir, the returns are little less compared to residential. So if the rental yields are connected, then commercial 1% is better. If you are talking about flipping in between, buying in off plan, then residential I would advise you much better. Rahul sir, as you mentioned, the 1% payment plan contains certain ambiguities, and it's not about do not support, but I think there may be better options. Does this imply that Danube also applies a premium on the? Sir, here you have talked about a particular brand name, so I would not want to say, but that's a generic thing. Uh, I would not mean, for me, we should buy a product which doesn't need more marketing. Yeah. So, and I worked with Tata Group in India for 4 years, and when we see the Tata as a brand, Yeah, you 70% you are already sold out to that brand. So that's how I would see Tatas, Mahindras, and so on and so forth. So uh, yes, but in general, all their CFOs and financial people, they will inbuilt that cost, and ultimately you will pay at the end of the day. And I also connected you additional point is their prices are typically higher than the market. So for, if I represent Rahul sir and if I become ambassador of Rahul sir, I would certainly have three, four more options for Rahul sir, for the purpose whatever you have, sir. Yeah. Mr. Ahuja, another question. Even if I buy a resale property, even then 2 million. Yes, sir. It's irrespective of the ready or under construction property, 2 million dirhams. So only what would happen in resale, that 2 million dirham will need to go on day one, because that's where the property transfer will happen. The good thing is you can get mortgage because it's a ready property, so mortgage is allowed. For non-residents it's 50 to 60% possible. So 2 million is the cap, irrespective of the category we buy. Yeah. Amit sir, can you suggest best project? Sir, depend on the category of apartment and townhouse and budget and little more. So we can maybe connect little more on this. But in general, sir, apartment category, I would suggest you, for now, the top five brands are little aggressive in terms of the price. So I would suggest you choose a better performing communities or the areas which we discussed here, and choose top three developer in that. So that can be studio with, yeah, I think in that category, sir, we can have so another good developer in that top three, not into top five per se, but a top performing community and the top three category is one of the called developer called is Prescott. And yes, we can explore studio and with the flexible payment plan for sure. Yeah. How about JVC, sir? JVC or JVT, if you ask me that where I would invest, I would not invest in JVC. JVT, though it's in Dubai and it's around 15 minutes from my place where I'm sitting right now. Um, JVC and JVT is a little unstructured areas. And that's where when people come to me and I say 50% of the time I say no to them, that we should not think on those areas. It's not that we don't work. We work across. So these are little unstructured area, but if you focus on top two, three developers, that can still be a good choice for us. So yeah, we can consider in that context, not in generic for that area. For me, Jabal Ali, Furjan, Medan, Dubai Island, maybe little part of South, not the entire Dubai South, and Expo City, and those areas are more of potential. Yeah. Uh, Mr. HH, how is Arjan? Give your recommendation, Sunil. Uh, Sir, Arjan is, if I rate on a scale of 10, I would rate Arjan at a number number 6 or 7. Yeah. So which mean there are areas which is also at number 1 to 5, and then which also mean there are areas which is at 8, 9, 10. So yeah, that's how I would see. But sir, even if you, for whatever reason, if you say that Sunil, no, I want to go in Arjan, it's fine. But then let's consider then top 1 to 3 developer of that area. Yeah, so for sure, if you for whatever reason, uh, if Arjan is in your mind or somebody else has bought it and you want to be neighbor to them, it's perfectly fine. Then let's work on which are the good player in that area. But if your purpose is investment returns, then there are better options. Yeah. Mohammed sir, can you suggest a good property to invest in good location with potential for flipping? Sir, Furjan. I'll tell you 5 reasons. Furjan is a place which has a metro. Furjan is only settled community when Dubai is growing towards Dubai South and building the biggest airport of the world. First settled nearest community. So metro already there. So it's a settled area for last 20 years. You have a first settled area to the next big potential communities coming up. So all water developments will happen next 10 year, people will stay here. Yeah. You got schools, you got hospitals, you got shopping mall, you got Sheikh Zayed Road, 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10 areas, regions. You got a temple, only temple in Dubai. You got IKEA, one out of two IKEAs only. So one IKEA is here. Yeah. You got settled infrastructures, Yeah, I am staying here. Another reason for you to invest in this area. I have invested in this area recently, around 1.5 year ago. So this is little unconnected, but then uh, very very potential area. This is an area which is close to the Sheikh Zayed Road, and Sheikh Zayed Road. It was super power yesterday. It is super power yesterday. It will remain uh, as an location to be connected with even in the future. So a lot of those regions makes Furjan as a great place to explore. Yeah. Which area? Okay. Sir, 8, 9, 10, I would suggest you the Furjan for sure. Medan is another very, very potential areas. 10, sir, then it needs to be a combination of a project and area. Uh, 10 should be Dubai South, but not today, sir. Maybe after 5, 6 years. Yes. So, yeah. For me, I don't see any area 10 out of 10 today. Maybe my problem, but that's where I am, sir. And areas to avoid, please elaborate. Sir, in Arjan, I think the better connected areas close to the Dubai Hills and good connectivity and a combination of good developer, I think can be a best bet to move forward. So have some due diligence on the feedback of the developer, understand the payment plan. The layout should be very, very comfortable. Yeah, so it should be a mix of the recipe. Yeah, and if we have proper ingredient, then I'm sure the test will be good. Yeah. And next, and so which is top top five? I would suggest the Furjan, Medan, Dubai Island is having very very good potential. Uh, some parts of Dubai South, and my colleague is saying Dubai Land. Yeah, so Dubai Land has a very very good project as well. But then, like I said, it needs to be not each area. So 100% or all the developers are good there. So we choose a locality, but we choose top three developers. So that should be the mix for us. Yeah. Amit sir, what is the minimum in Furjan sir? Furjan sir, it's a family-driven community, so studio are very very less. Uh, so studio are very very less, but then in case you can stretch little bit, I would suggest you to go for 1 BHK. There is also 1 BHK opportunity for around 800 net square feet for around 1 million dirham, and it's also on the payment plan of 50/50. So that is under, it's around 300 meters from the metro. A good developer, 1 million product. So instead of focusing on the studio, focus on the one bedroom as a mark, because this locality and the buyers will be the families. Yeah. Mahendra sir, what is the percentage resale property for the person with work emirate ID? Sir, if you are a, so two categories again. If you are a resident, then 80%. If you are in India but you are having an Emirates ID for whatever reason, you have a, for example, if you get, when you get a golden visa, you will still get Emirates ID. So still, because your financials are not in Dubai, then you will still get 50 to 60% on your financial conditions of Indian market. Krishna sir, me and my brother can, yes sir, you, your brother, there can be more than one party along with your kids, family members, so it's perfectly fine. You also can divide the ratio. For example, if one of the brother is investing 60% of the entire investment, it can be 160/40. So Dubai is a very, very flexible, very connected place. Yeah. So I think my team is saying that the time is also up. In India, looks like it's already 6:30. So will not take much of your time. Once again, thank you so much for being with us. I can still see 30 people are still connected with us. So thank you so much. Like we say, and we convey to my team that the time is the biggest gift anybody can give us. So thank you for giving your gift of time to the Shore family. So, thank you once again. Please, irrespective of your investment of real estate or whenever you are visiting, or your family or your friends are visiting, would be happy to be part of your journey. Even like I said, in terms of exploring the restaurant or the hotel or anything, treat us as your partner, treat us as your representatives here, irrespective of real estate. So thank you once again. We as a Shore family and we as a Shore team will be available for you for all your needs. Whenever you have time, please follow us on social media. These are the details, and contact details are available for you to reach out to us. And once again, thank you and have a good evening.